Hey everyone, if you're getting Social Security, Social Security Disability, or SSI, you need to stop what you're doing and pay attention because there's something coming in the mail that could affect your benefits. And I'm not talking about next month or next week. I'm talking about any day now. Social Security has to have these out by the end of January. So, if you've been tossing your mail aside or letting it pile up, this is your wake-up call to start checking that mailbox every single day. And here's the thing, a lot of you might think, I don't file taxes, so I don't care about this. But listen, this document could be the difference between getting a stimulus check or not if something comes through this year. So before you throw it in the trash, hear me out. I'm here to break down exactly what's happening, who's affected, and most importantly, what you need to do about it. So let's dive in. For those of you who are new here, welcome to Money Teacher. My name is Harry, and I've spent years helping people just like you navigate the confusing world of government benefits. I've been on assistance myself. I know what it's like to worry about whether your check is going to show up, whether you filled out the right form, or whether some change in the system is going to leave you scrambling. That's why I started this channel, because too many people are left in the dark about programs that are literally designed to help them. So if you're struggling, if you're worried, or if you just want someone to break this stuff down in plain English, you're in the right place. So here's the deal. If you received Social Security benefits at any point during 2025, you're going to be getting a very important tax document in the mail any day now. This is either going to be an SSA 1099 or, if you live outside the United States, an SSA 1042S. Most of you are going to get the SSA 1099. That's the standard form that goes to virtually everyone receiving Social Security Retirement SSDI or SSI benefits. The 1042S is only if you're living abroad. So, for most people watching this, we're talking about the 1099. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking, but I don't file a tax return. Why do I care about a tax form? And look, I get it. A lot of people in this community are below the income threshold to file taxes. Your income is probably under the standard deduction, which is over $16,000 now. So, technically, you don't have a tax liability and you might not need to file. But before you toss this in the garbage the second it arrives, let me tell you why you absolutely want to keep it. First things first, when you get this form, open it right away and make sure it's accurate. This isn't junk mail. This is an official legal document, and the information on it is being sent directly to the IRS. The form is going to show you exactly how much Social Security paid you in total benefits during 2025. It might say something like a verse 27ers or $18,000 or whatever your total was for the year. If you want to double check that it's accurate, take that number and divide it by 12. That should equal your monthly benefit amount, give or take. Now, here's something important. The number on this form is your gross benefit, not what actually hit your bank account. So, if you're paying the Medicare Part B premium, which gets deducted automatically from your Social Security check, the form is going to show the full amount before that deduction. Don't panic if the number looks higher than what you've been seeing deposited. That's normal. It's showing what they paid you before any deductions came out. Here's why you need to look at this carefully. What if Social Security made a mistake? What if they reported that you got $100,000 in benefits when you really only got $1,000? I know that sounds extreme, and they don't typically make mistakes like that, but it can happen. And if it does, guess who's going to come knocking? The IRS, because they're going to see that you supposedly got all this income, and they're going to wonder why you didn't report it or pay taxes on it, even though you didn't actually get that money. You're going to have to prove it, and that's a headache nobody needs. So, open the form, look at it, make sure the amount matches what you actually received. If something looks wrong, you need to contact Social Security immediately and get it corrected. Even if you don't file a tax return, this document is proof of income, and you'd be surprised how often you might need to prove your income. Maybe you're applying for a loan, maybe you're applying for rental assistance or another benefit program. Maybe you're trying to get into low-income housing. Maybe you need to show income verification for something at your bank or for a family member. Whatever the reason, having an official IRS form that shows exactly what your income was is incredibly valuable. This isn't just a letter from Social Security. This is a 1099. It's a legal tax document, and that carries weight when you need to prove something official. Okay, here's the big one, and this is why I'm really pushing you to keep this document safe. Do you remember a few years ago during the pandemic when they sent out stimulus checks? Do you remember how there was a massive problem where a huge percentage of Social Security beneficiaries didn't get their checks? I had thousands and thousands of comments from people saying, "I didn't get my stimulus check. What do I do?" And you know what the government said? They said the only way to get it now was to file a tax return and claim it as a recovery rebate credit. And a lot of people freaked out because they didn't file tax returns. They didn't know how to file a tax return. They didn't have the documentation they needed. It was a nightmare. Now, I don't know what's going to happen this year. I don't know if there's going to be another stimulus or not. But here's what I do know. The president has endorsed multiple different stimulus check proposals. So it's not crazy to think something could happen. And if something does happen, and if they say, hey, in order to get this stimulus, you need to file a tax return. Do you think having this SSA 1099 is going to come in handy? Absolutely it will. Because even if your income is below the standard deduction and you have zero tax liability, you still need to report your income when you file. And this form tells you exactly what that number is. Without it, you're going to have a much harder time filing accurately. I'm not saying this is guaranteed to happen. I'm just saying, why take the risk? Keep the document, throw it in a drawer, put it in a folder, just don't throw it away. Here's the good news. If you have a My Social Security account on the Social Security website, you can also access this form digitally. You don't have to wait for the mail. You can log in right now and download a copy. And honestly, having a My Social Security account is just smart. It gives you access to all your statements, all your benefit information, your payment history, everything. Social Security is actually trying to get 200 million people signed up for these accounts. It's not required. You don't have to do it, but it's a really handy tool to have, especially for times like this when you need to grab a document quickly. If you don't have an account yet, I highly recommend setting one up. It takes like 10 minutes and it can save you a lot of hassle down the road. Before I go any further, let me throw out a quick disclaimer. I'm not a CPA. I'm not an accountant. I'm not giving you tax advice or financial advice. I'm just a person on YouTube trying to help you navigate this stuff. If you have specific tax questions, talk to a professional. I'm just here to give you the information so you can make informed decisions. Okay, disclaimer done. Let me be really clear about who needs to be watching their mailbox right now. If you're a retiree getting Social Security retirement benefits, this affects you. If you're getting SSDI because of a disability, this affects you. If you're getting SSI, this affects you. I'm talking about seniors who work their whole lives and are now living on a fixed income. I'm talking about people with disabilities who are already stretching every dollar. I'm talking about moms and dads who are raising kids on SSI. I'm talking about veterans who are relying on these benefits to survive. This affects millions of people, and a lot of you might be tempted to ignore this because you think it doesn't apply to you. But trust me, it does. All right. So now let's talk about action steps, because watching a video isn't enough. You've got to actually do something with this information. Step 1. Check your mailbox every single day until this arrives. Social Security has to have these out by the end of January. So we're talking any day now. Step 2. When it arrives, open it immediately. Don't let it sit in a pile. Don't assume it's junk mail. Open it and read it. Step 3. Check the amount. Make sure it matches what you actually received in 2025. If it doesn't, call Social Security right away and get it fixed. Step 4, file it somewhere safe. Don't throw it away. Don't lose it. Put it in a folder, a drawer, a filing cabinet, wherever you keep important documents. Just make sure you know where it is. Step 5, consider setting up a My Social Security account if you don't have one already. It's free, it's easy, and it gives you instant access to documents like this without waiting for the mail. Step 6. If you think you might need to file a tax return this year for any reason, whether it's for a stimulus check or anything else, hold on to this form. You're going to need it. Look, I know dealing with paperwork is annoying. I know a lot of you are tired of jumping through hoops and dealing with government bureaucracy. I get it. I've been there. But this is one of those things where taking 5 minutes now can save you hours of frustration later. This document is important. It's official. and it could be the key to getting money that you're entitled to. So, don't ignore it. Don't throw it away. Don't assume it doesn't matter because you don't file taxes. Just keep it. That's all I'm asking. So, watch your mailbox. Open that letter the second it arrives. Check the numbers and file it somewhere safe. If this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates. I post new videos all the time covering everything from Social Security to SNAP to stimulus checks to emergency assistance programs. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video with them. Help me get this information to the people who need it most. I've also got a whole playlist on Social Security and disability benefits that you can check out right now. Just click the card in the corner. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great start to the new year. Things have been changing a lot lately, and I know it's been a wild ride for a lot of people, but we're going to get through it together.